Biscuits and Blurays podcast, where we watch Blu-rays and the biscuit is doing it. You're really doing it. You're doing it, Peter. Oh my gosh. We've been... I hope people get that.
Maybe.
I hope so.
If not, it's going to sound really weird.
Yeah. We say that a lot in our everyday life, though.
We do, yeah.
You're doing it. Wow, you're doing it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I do that when James is doing the pots or...
Yeah.
Doing some chores. I'm like, you're doing it, James. You're doing it.
We've been away this week.
Yes.
And as we've been away, I thought, okay, we'll record. Now's the time to record. I even took all the stuff with us. Mm-hmm. Then, we didn't take any of the DVDs we were going to watch.
No.
So, we've had to wait till we get back.
Mm-hmm.
We are back.
Yes.
Hook.
Hook. There's a hook.
Is it There's a Hook?
I don't know. I don't care.
Okay. We're carrying on our Robin Williams 1990s movies. Mm-hmm. I think it's a good transition from Jumanji into this.
Jumanji, yes.
Yeah. Do you like this one?
I do like this one. But again, I've got nostalgia glasses on. I watched it a lot growing up.
How old were you when you first watched this, do you think?
It came out the year I was born.
Oh, dear!
So I didn't watch it that early.
Okay.
Maybe about 5 or 6. I think I watched it for the first time. I think my dad...
Did you take it off the TV?
Taped it off the TV, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But me and my sister liked watching the cartoon Peter Pan growing up before it was slightly cancelled.
Okay. Well, it hasn't been fully cancelled, but there is a disclaimer at the start of that one. That's the Disney one, right?
Yeah. Some of it is... It's very outdated.
I would argue that most of it is outdated. But I was never a big fan of the Disney Peter Pan growing up.
Really, don't you find it quite magical, the whole story?
I remember my interest dips once they're flying to Neverland.
Why?
Because I really like that second star on the right, or whatever it's called, and Nana and stuff. But I never remember any of the Captain Hook Smee stuff.
I think you need to rewatch it and remind yourself. Because I remember babysitting my cousin back when I was in my mid-teens. That was his favourite film.
Okay.
So I remember putting it on. And I laughed so hard through some of the crocodile stuff. And it really caught me off guard. Because I hadn't seen it. I think the jump between me seeing the animated Peter Pan had been something like 10 years. So I think we should revisit it again.
Okay. Sure. I think the only time I've revisited it as an adult was at uni, maybe my second year.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to slap that on. Peter Pan, let's go. And I was just like, oh, this should be put in the bin. Lock that back in the Disney vault. That's all I have to say about that.
I see, but again, it takes it from the book.
Yeah. Okay. Fair. You've read the book.
I have read the book.
Mm-hmm. Is it good?
I liked the book. There's an element of whimsy. It's about not growing up, never losing that childlike spirit.
Yeah.
I think that's cute.
And we are still in Panto season, so it seems right that we do Hook this.
True.
Yeah. Have you ever seen it on Panto?
Do you know what? I'm trying to think. I want to say I have. I think I have.
I don't think I have. Mm-hmm. Because I don't ever remember anyone flying around. No,
but I remember there was like an acrobatics troupe. They did the pirate stuff. I don't know if I would ever have seen that.
Wait. In Lanzarote or something?
No, that's the pirate show.
That's the pirate show. Okay, yeah. I have seen that. I really liked it.
And you yourself have been a pirate.
Yar matey.
What was your pirate name?
Sharkbait Cackle McStinky. In a pirate show when I was a kids entertainer for 6 months. And you know what? There is video footage of me doing it, and I thought I was quite good.
Where is this video footage?
You'll never see it.
I will.
You've got your ways, yeah. Anyway, we're not talking about that. We're talking about Hook. Mm-hmm. I like this movie.
You do?
Yeah, I do. I always get like a Christmas feel from it.
Yeah, I think it's the kind of snowy setting as well.
I don't rank it high amongst Spielberg's other work though. Mm-hmm. I often forget about it. How
dare you?
Hey, I'm as bad as you are. This was a critical failure.
Yes, it was seen as a flope at the time.
A flope? I can see why.
I mean, again, it went up against Beauty and the Beast, so did it stand much of a chance against that?
You know my feelings about Beauty and the Beast.
No, because again, didn't it have a December release date as well?
What, Silence of the Lambs?
Shut your stupid,
Probably.
beautiful mouth.
It feels like this would have come out first, and then Beauty and the Beast would have come out afterwards, and people went, "Oh, actually, Disney movies."
I think North America, I think it's on the 11th of December.
Okay, they usually tend to get that sort of stuff first, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, okay. Say what you will about this. There's talent involved.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh, big like on and off camera. Love it. Spielberg.
There we go.
Yeah, love him. I think Spielberg's some of his best work is when it's not aimed at kids, but it's a kid's story.
Yeah, and it kind of brings in that magical element as well.
It's that childlike wonder.
Yeah, and also part of this was scary growing up.
Which parts?
I found when Hook steals the children at the beginning and it builds up.
Uh-huh.
It builds up with the score's great in this.
Oh yeah. John Williams, take a bow.
All the wind starts gusting and the chandelier starts going crazy, and then you can see the hook on the door. Mm-hmm. It's all the build up is really good, even from when Nanny Wendy is telling them the story of Peter Pan, and you can see all the pictures on the walls. Mm-hmm. The way it builds up, I think is great.
Okay.
What do you think?
I see where you're coming from. I don't think that's the scariest bit.
What do you think is the scariest
bit?
The
scariest bit is when the pirate, who for some reason is Glenn Close.
Oh, yeah.
Who said I couldn't do it, that's it. Yeah, says Captain Hook couldn't get Peter Pan or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then Glenn Close, dressed as a man, is locked into a trunk with scorpions poured into it.
Yeah, that used to creep me out as a child.
I've realised, scorpions, we've been through this, they're scary. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, thank you very much.
Oh, they're not that big.
And also, Glenn Close is so... she's overselling it.
Yeah, you believe that person is absolutely terrified.
Absolutely. That's a blood-curdling scream.
Yeah, so she sells that shit.
Yeah, absolutely. So I always thought, don't mess with Captain James Tiberius. Kirk, I was thinking of. Fucking hell.
Captain James Hook. He's got your name.
He has. I also a captain.
Of what?
The fucking show.
Captain Blurays.
Captain Blurays, boy. Sign it in.
Oh my.
But I do like that sense of wonder that Spielberg brings to it. It feels like Goonies.
Yeah, what do you think to all the set pieces?
As in...
Neverland itself.
As in the set. Okay. I feel like they're very nice, but they are a set.
Yeah.
You can tell they're a set. Mm-hmm. There's a fucking... and I get it. The stuff in London, I can give or take that. It makes London look nice, I guess.
Yeah.
But once they get to Neverland, first of all, I love it when there's overhead shots of Neverland and you can see the compass sign.
Oh, I always love that.
I've always vibed with that. Is that in the book?
I can't remember, if I'm being honest.
You just open it up.
I know it's in the Disney one, isn't it?
Yeah. How much of this is... it's public domain, right?
I think so, yeah.
So it must be mentioned somewhere in the book?
Why'd you say that? Isn't it owned by Great Ormond Street?
Yeah, but they'll let Spielberg do whatever he wants, surely.
I think they've got the rights or something like that to it. I'm not too sure.
Okay. This is
Jay and Barry gave it, didn't they, to Great Ormond Street?
Side note, have you seen Finding Neverland?
I have.
I think that's a really sweet movie.
It's good. Have you seen the musical?
No.
Some of the songs are pretty beautiful.
Who does the music for that?
I don't remember.
Is it Gary Barlow?
Maybe.
I bet it's Gary Barlow. That's my idea of a very nice day out.
To Neverland.
Yeah. Second start it right.
But famously, the little boy that Peter Pan was based on hated it.
What do you mean?
He hated the way that it followed him for the rest of his life. Didn't he die early as well?
Mr. Pan?
That little boy was based around.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What?
Yeah.
There was a kid.
George and Barry based the stories around the stories he used to tell children.
Sure, okay.
And he named the main character Peter off of one of the children.
Okay.
It was like his next door neighbour or something like that. I'm probably completely wrong, but I'm pretty sure that child hated the fact it followed him for the rest of his life.
Okay. But wait, it's literally living in his shadow.
Literally.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my God. That's a film, isn't it? Peter growing up and he's just like, are you the same one? The same one? He's like, that book. He should have never wrote that book.
Damn it.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people are called Peter. You just say, was that written about you? No.
It's Peter number 3 in in the other room. But that's not what this story has us believe.
No.
Because this is all... Jay and Barry is part of the film, right?
Yes.
This film exists.
Yeah.
Because Maggie Smith says so.
Yeah, so in this particular version, the stories are real.
Mm-hmm.
And Jay and Barry lived next door or something, and they told him all their stories, and they thought it was so great, he wrote it all down in a book.
Yeah, and he made a fuck ton of money and left them nothing.
But clearly Wendy then grew up feeling she also owed it to children as well, from maybe her life with looking after the Lost Boys.
Mm-hmm.
So she takes in a lot of orphans.
Yeah.
There's this whole backstory with helping children. Great Ormond Street name a wing after her.
Yes. It's a very important thing. We should probably talk about Great Ormond Street. It's all about it's a children's hospital,
Yes.
right? They do really good stuff. And you should probably check them out, guys. There we go. That's my bit.
Oh, no, I think it's a good charity.
I agree.
Look a little bit.
But Maggie Smith in this, first of all, it's good to see her in a Spielberg movie.
She's fabulous.
It feels longer. However, I just always assumed she was that old.
Yeah, always old.
Yeah. They've done a Max von Sydow on her.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we spoke about this.
And it's the way she moves as well. She moves as if she's really fragile.
Well, she is a Shakespearean actress.
She's fabulous.
She's wonderful.
Always forever a queen.
Absolutely. When she did pass away, people were like, oh, Professor McGonagall's gone. And then there was just a small number of people who went, oh, that's Wendy Darling. Oh, shit.
I was mainly upset about Downton Abbey.
Oh, okay.
She was great in that.
Did you watch Downton Abbey?
I really like Downton Abbey.
When do you watch Downton Abbey?
I've seen it all bar the films because I wanted to pace myself for the films because I binge watched it during the pandemic.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to watch it and work at the same time, and then I got really sucked into it and was like, oh, fucking hell.
Yeah. Well, when you're alone and life is making you lonely, you can always go.
Downton.
Yes. Yeah, I like Maggie Smith in this. Not in it much, but fine, I'll take it. Robin Williams. This is the main reason we're doing this is because Robin Williams, love the guy.
Yes.
I'm a big fan. I don't think he's the right choice here.
Why?
I don't know. I've never gelled with it in this one. The thing is, he's so good at the stuff before, and he's so good at the stuff at the end when he's Peter Panning, and I just can't make that switch.
I know what you mean.
I just think it's a bit too, where he's like, oh, Peter Pan's got kids. It was like, you are Peter Pan.
Yeah.
Those are two different performances. And I don't know. I just think, watching him do it, I just think, what are you doing?
I suppose he's a bit like a big kid as well.
I get that he can do this comedy stuff, and he's good at it when he's doing it.
I can't think of anyone else doing it, though.
That's my problem exactly. If I was to recast it, I'd keep everyone else, but I'd have to keep Robin Williams, because I don't know who else could do it. Yeah. Maybe Tom Hanks?
No, I don't think
Do you not think?
No.
Okay. Who, Steve Martin? No.
No,
that was a bad idea. Too old.
I find in parts of this, I know it's kind of the idea is that Peter has grown up. I find that Robin does look a bit old in some of this.
Are you thinking about the earlier stuff in particular?
Yeah.
Okay. So what's the plot of the movie? Peter Pan is old.
So Peter Pan's grown up. They are visiting Wendy with his children because there's a wing that's been created for her in Great Ormond Street. Mm-hmm. While him and his wife
fly over.
Well, yeah, but while they're there, Captain James Hook steals his children.
Uh-oh.
And lures him back to Neverland for a war, kind of a final battle.
Well, okay, I'm iffy on the Peter Pan story in the film. I thought that was done. I thought if I'm going off the Disney movie, I've not read the book, Captain Hook is being chased away by the crocodile, and therefore I would assume would stop swimming because he can only swim so far.
Yeah.
And would get eaten by the crocodile. I just thought that was all done.
Because the idea is that then Peter steals the ship.
Okay.
And he covers it in fairy dust, and that's how Michael, Wendy, and John end up back in London. Because it goes through the clouds, doesn't it?
I don't ever remember.
Yeah. And it's quite magical.
Yeah, okay.
But this is alluded to the fact that because we see flashbacks of Wendy getting older, but going back to Neverland. So that's only one of very many stories, clearly, that existed.
Okay.
So she went back times after that as well.
Or Peter Pan came back many times just to visit her.
You know what I mean?
But he ages, though, Peter Pan.
That is the problem, I think, with this as well. When he's giving his kind of monologue about, oh, well, I ran away because I didn't want to grow up. Mate, you were a baby. You didn't run anywhere. But then he shows him starting to get older. And it's like, but you're in Neverland. You wouldn't be getting older.
The only time you would age is when you're back in London.
And you're not aging that quick, mate.
It catches up with you. Have you seen Forever Young?
My goodness.
Have you seen Forever Young?
I have not, no.
Oh, Mel Gibson gets frozen in time.
Cool.
And then, like, he's like frozen in the war, Second World War, and then he's brought back. But then, it's just because he's the age he is when he was frozen, time catches up with him, and he just ages so fast.
Oh.
I imagine a similar thing is happening here.
I don't know.
Fans of Forever Young, please reach out.
Don't.
It's not better than Space Jam, that one. This is, though. Quite like this one.
I do like this one as well.
Let's talk about a few things we do and don't like. Like I said before, the sets look like sets. Do you mind that?
No. I think it kind of adds to the magic a little bit.
I think it adds to the magic, but I think it adds for the magic for the people in it. The majority of the cast here are children.
Yeah.
Therefore, you would want to be in a surrounding that you can touch and be lost in.
That feels real. And I suppose as well, those kind of settings, especially the pirate village, reminded me very much of Fantasy Island in Skegness. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
So I kind of, it felt like I'd already been there before almost, even though I hadn't. So maybe that's why it meant a bit more growing up.
There was this is completely irrelevant, but when I was growing up, there was a park and it used to have a slide. Mm-hmm. And the slide was in the shape of the old woman's house who lived in a shoe. It was a big boot, but it had windows and doors. And stuff. No, not that one.
That's the lady with the the chicken legs.
Yeah, it's the house with the chicken legs. This is just a shoe.
Okay, fucking get on with it.
Anyway, I just assumed, like, going in, I remember that being like, oh, this is like an actual house. Mm-hmm. It wasn't. It was just stairs and a slide.
But it used to feel that way.
But I imagine that's the same feeling when you walk onto set here.
And I think if you watch it as a child as well, I think you project those same feelings into how those sets look.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably where it comes from a little bit.
They do look glorious, but the problem is there is a point where those sets end. Mm-hmm. And you can see them, particularly in the mermaid scene.
That's unfortunate.
I think that's a product of the times, because I don't ever remember it looking like that.
Looking that bad, yeah.
Yeah, where it's just, okay, there's 3 people in a swimming pool.
Yes, it's like, do people seem to forget this, guys? Peter's married.
Yes, he's married to Moira Darling.
And he makes out with 3 mermaids.
3 mermaids.
And then Tinkerbell later on. And then he gets home and he kisses his wife.
Yeah.
Completely forgetting the fact that there's been 4 other women in there in between.
Can you count mermaids as women?
Yes.
They are fish.
Yes.
They are half fish ladies. Can you count them as women? I mean, Tinkerbell, fair game. Because that's Julia Roberts.
If I kissed a mermaid, would I be kissing a woman?
Well, I don't know. Have you seen that Family Guy clip of that mermaid that's the other way around?
Yeah. No,
what?
Now I make sweet love. I don't want to.
Yeah, but that scene in particular, I think, really stood out on this rewatch. The pirate ship, as glorious as it is, I can see the wall next to it.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, it looks good, but
it gives off a bit of a panto-y vibe.
And you know what? I don't mind that, because there's one person who is fully invested in this panto vibe. Would you care to take a guess at who I'm talking about? Mr.
Hoffman.
Dustin fucking Hoffman.
He's fabulous.
He's great in this.
I like him in this.
Full-on panto villain.
I think he's got a good character design as well.
That costume's flawless. Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
I love the big bushy eyebrows. I love the moustache.
The teeth as well. Just everything. The accent. Oh my God, Dustin, what are you doing to me?
Way too much foundation here for it.
That's a lot of makeup for one captain.
It is. He's got a lot of makeup on. You can really see it as well.
Yeah. I think he's fully invested. I think he's having a great time. Weird to me that Dustin Hoffman's probably only worked with Spielberg this one time. He's the Academy Award winner.
He is indeed.
Yeah. So is Robin Williams.
He is.
Yeah. Again, but that's weird to me that Robin Williams would have won an Oscar and gone, okay, I'll do your fucking Peter Pan movie, Spielberg.
I can imagine Robin Williams being very, I can be a big kid, I've got a bit of a love for this. I can imagine him reading the stories to his own kids.
It does let him go a little bit back to the old Robin Williams that we know and love. Mm-hmm. How far away from we are Aladdin at this point?
I don't know, if this is 91...
Beauty and the Beast has come out, so I think he's probably recording the stuff for Aladdin.
It's not too far away.
Yeah, so he's having a stellar time. Here for it.
What do you think about Bob Hoskins?
Let me tell you. I am a big fan of Bob Hoskins, no matter what he's in. I think he's 110%. Maybe not in Son of the Mask, but in good films that he's in.
Yeah.
I think he's fully invested, and also I love him in this.
Do the scene. Do your favourite scene.
Well, there's a scene where it's just the two of them. It's Smee and Captain Hook.
They're being very dramatic.
Well, no, Captain Hook's being very dramatic. It's weird that Captain Hook's got this sort of suicide thing going on.
It's for attention, isn't he?
But what gives? Is that...
It's attention. I think he likes it from Smee. Smee's not quite paying attention, so he's like, I'm going to kill myself. Smee's like, okay.
Not again.
You know what I mean? He's like, I'm going to do it.
Yeah. And then Dustin Hoffman's like, Captain Hook's like, don't try and stop me, Smee. Don't you dare try to stop me. Try and stop. Smee, get up off your arse and can't stop me. And then Smee's like, what? What are you talking about? I'm from London. I'm in the Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Squire.
Fabulous.
That's my Bob Hoskins. Did
That
you
was
like
amazing.
it?
That was
Thank you.
so good.
It was like he's in the room.
It was. Bob, hello.
Hello, Bob. Anyway, yeah, I think there's glimpses of those two. I think there's a scene later in the movie where something's happening on the boat. Oh no, it's in the classroom. The classroom on the boat, and it's those two facing the camera because they're talking to each other, and their little.
Oh, about love.
Yeah,
He's like,
that's the L word, is it? And they're both like.
They're fabulous.
I think they're both fully going for it. I don't know much about the character of Smee.
He's just Captain Hook's lackey. Anything that he's just doing anything to impress him.
So, but Smee
Has some of the ideas as well.
Well, that's the thing. Smee says, I've got an idea. Let's make the kids love you. And then Captain Hook's like, I'm gonna make the kids love me.
I've had this amazing idea. Yeah.
Yeah, I love all that. I could watch that all day. In fact,
You might do.
I might do. Yeah.
What about Julia Roberts?
Okay, here's the thing. I've seen maybe a small handful of Julia Roberts movies, and they have made zero impact on me.
What?
I'm as bad as you are. Erin Brockovich, nothing. Big mistake. Huge.
That's Pretty Woman.
Yeah, but that's the bigger mistake. Huge.
Oh no, I love Pretty Woman.
Pretty Woman, not seen. Runaway Bride I watched with you, and that pissed me off.
No, you didn't. You
Fuck it,
enjoyed it.
that pissed me off.
No,
Why?
you
Just get married. It's not hard. What's the other one I've seen?
Okay, well, you need to watch some more Julia Roberts films, I think.
But I've never cared for her.
You're wrong. You need to learn.
I've never cared for her the way that Hollywood would want me to care for her. Is that on me?
Yes.
Great. Is she a good actress?
I think she is. I don't think you've seen some... because you've not seen Pretty Woman for a start.
Walking down the street.
Have you seen her Sleeping with the Enemy and stuff like that? She's great.
Does she sleep with the enemy?
That's her husband.
What? Is the husband an enemy?
Yes.
What?
He's abusive, so she fakes her own death.
Oh, this sounds terrible.
So she fakes her own death, and then you think for ages that she's dead.
Right.
It isn't. It goes back to that night, and he starts finding clues. And I think my wife's actually alive somewhere.
Oh.
So she's all constantly on her guard wherever she is. Like, could he be here? Could he find me?
So it's Gone Girl.
Better version.
I don't know. You dare. Gone Girl's a banger.
Yeah, but she's not trying to set him up to kill him. She just wants to be gone. So she doesn't want him to find her.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I've not seen many Julia. I don't mind her in this as Tinkerbell.
She's a bit simpy as Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell was always...
She was
really
always
sassy.
feisty, yeah. That's what I think.
Well, she always kind of was very... She used her expressions.
Yeah.
In both the Disney one and I think the 2003 one as well.
Does she
the
talk
one that was
in the
quite
book?
big. No, I don't think so.
So
Not that I can remember anyway.
Why does she talk in this then? Why is she like, oh, actually, Peter, you're
Because
going...
you've hired Julia Roberts to do it.
But you could get... You could get a good performance out of someone comedically without saying anything. Robin could do it. Robin Williams could do it.
I think, again, the 2003 one had a live-action actress doing Tinkerbell.
Right.
Who just did it all with expressions.
Who is that actress?
I can't remember offhand. But again, you still got the idea that she was jealous and that she was mad. It still worked.
I don't love Tinkerbell in this.
No, when she's doing the kind of sassy bit with Captain Hook at the beginning, that's the Tinkerbell I like. But even then, she feels more like Peter Pan in how she's talking, as opposed to the sassy Tinkerbell that we know. And then she gets all simpy and boring.
I'm actually in love with him. Yeah, she stole his credit cards.
I know, and his fucking car keys.
Yeah.
Did you see she got a BMW car keys in there?
Got his driver's license up, like a
His
little
American
shrine.
Express card, bit of cheeky advertising there.
Tinkerbell, what are you doing, girl?
She never leaves the fairy cave without it.
Yeah, I don't mind her in this. I feel sorry for her, though, because there's one scene where she's acting where she's big size, which is Julia Roberts' size, and then the rest of it is she's just on her own. Because she's not on set. She's not that small.
Yeah, she's acting against really, really tall set pieces, isn't she?
Yeah.
To make her look small.
I think the CGI is impressive to a point. I think the Tinkerbell stuff is good because I do think that they are looking at Julia Roberts. Where it's less good is some of the flying stuff.
Yeah.
So there's a scene where Williams and Julia Roberts on the balcony after she's gone, oh, actually, I'm fucking in love with you. And then she sneezes fairy dust on him. And then he sort of flies off. But it's clear that Robin Williams is just stood still.
Yeah.
and he's just sort of like a... You know, that cat who does the Thriller walk away. That's what Robin Williams does.
That scene in general pisses me off because she looks so beautiful, but it's like, think about it, you've just broken your house.
Yeah.
So you can have this wish to be big so you can kiss Peter. Have some better fucking aspirations, mate.
What I like
You've just broken your entire fairy house.
I like after this the bit where Peter, oh, you got three days, that's what you've got, Peter Pan, you, and then Smee's like, you got 3 days, mate. And then Peter Pan falls in the water, and then Tinkerbell's like, oh, Peter, like, we're going to try and save you or whatever. But then she goes to...
She just sods back home.
She goes to the Lost Boys and she falls asleep. You know, do you want to tell anyone that was happening?
Then she's like, oh, you're alive. Well, you should hope so, shouldn't you, really? Bear in mind you're supposed to be this in love with him.
Yeah. Let's talk the Lost Boys. Mm-hmm. As vampires go, not lacking in this.
Julia Roberts fell in love with the Lost Boy, didn't she?
What?
Mr. Sutherland.
Oh, really?
Yeah, were they engaged? Didn't they call off their wedding, like, fairly last minute?
Was she a runaway bride?
She was indeed.
Was she?
Yeah, didn't she run off with his co-star from the Lost Boys?
Corey Fell?
Not him. No.
Okay. I don't know anyone else.
Was it the guy who played Michael?
Oh, the saxophone guy, I'd hope.
No.
Oh.
No one's as sexy as him.
Too right. What was I saying? The Lost Boys. I like all the Lost Boys stuff in this. Mm. And I find the Peter Pan stuff interesting when the Lost Boys show up anyway.
Okay.
Following the leader.
Following the leader.
Oh, inject it into my veins. Even in Pan. You know, that shit.
That shit one that I've not seen but know about.
You should watch it because it's so bizarre that film exists.
As soon as I saw what the casting was, I thought, I can't watch this.
Who is the casting of it?
Wasn't
Rooney Mara's Tiger Lily, yeah.
You've got, and she's an adult.
Yeah.
And then you've got, is it Hugh Jackman?
Hugh Jackman's Blackbeard? Oh.
Ridiculous. Fuck off. That is not Peter Pan.
Yeah. And they sing, you should see it for the Smells Like Teen Spirit stuff.
Oh, fucking no.
It's so bizarre, honestly. I went to see it and I was like, what the fuck am I watching? You know, the guy when we saw Beetlejuice, and he was like, what am I watching? I'll pay for this.
Oh, maybe we should watch it just so I can be just absolutely devastated by it.
You're a fan of the 2003 movie, aren't you?
I really am.
Yeah,
I think it's dead magical, and I think it's got a really great soundtrack.
You fancy Peter Pan in that movie, don't you?
That is Peter Pan to me.
That one?
Yeah, he's funny, he's cheeky. They really press on the love story between him and Wendy quite a bit. Mm-hmm. Which they don't need to, but being a teenage girl, you're like, oh, that's so cute. I ship you together.
Who's Hook in that one? Is it Jason Isaacs?
And he's very good.
Yeah, absolutely.
He understands the drill.
Yeah, I would agree. The Lost Boys in this, I'm fully invested in those Lost Boys. I love their aesthetic.
Yeah, some of their designs are really good.
I like the mountains where it starts off like really cold and then it goes into like skateboarding arena and there's a basketball hoop.
It feels very of its time. You know, skateboarding and the basketball and stuff.
That's what Pan does. Oh my god, that's just awoke a memory in me. Pan, they are lost in time. So that's why some of them are dressed like sergeants and stuff and they've got like coats like that.
Okay.
So they're all orphans from different
time periods.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Well, that makes sense because that's how they end up in Neverland, don't they?
Yeah. Oh, that's so weird that's what jogged that memory of me of that movie.
Disgraceful.
Hey, whoa. But I like their aesthetic. I particularly like the gangster Lost Boy. He was always my favourite. The one that's got the pinstripe suit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about the Spielberg wonder again. It's not throughout the movie, but there's glimpses of it, and it's particularly in the scene with... Well, we'll talk about him later. But then there's a scene where the Lost Boys have to choose sides of what they believe, if they think that is Peter Pan. And there's that scene where everyone goes to the other side, apart from this one child. And then, we're not doing this on video, but let me just feel your face.
Yeah.
They do all that. That kid does all that with his...
It is you, Peter. There you are.
There you are. I think that's so cute. Like, there you are. Oh.
Also, what a wonderful stroke of luck that Wendy managed to get a family to adopt Peter with the second name of Panning.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Oh, is it not Banning?
I thought it was Panning.
I thought it was Banning.
But I thought that's quite interesting. They weren't called like Peter Jones.
Yeah.
Or Peter Smith.
Yeah. Or Peter Jackson. What?
Oh,
Yeah, that seems really, really quite spectacular. But I like all the stuff with the Lost Boys anyway. Let's talk about him. There's no one cooler than in this movie than Rufio. Right? What look is that?
Fabulous.
Correct. It's very Shadow the Hedgehog.
They literally went, Shadow, 90s, banging.
Yeah. Like predates Shadow.
Maybe that's where Shadow gets his look from.
Oh, you know what? I'm not mad about that.
You fancy Shadow?
Yes. Did you find Rufio cool?
I remember thinking his hair was a bit too crazy for me.
Oh, too cool.
A bit too cool.
Okay, for school. Okay.
And when Peter slacks his trousers and they fall down, he's got them red tights on. That was never a vibe for me. Don't want to see no boy in no long johns.
You would wear long johns, though.
No. There's a lot of people wearing tights in Neverland. Captain Hook's got them on, Peter Pan's got them on, Rufio's got them on.
Peter Pan, there's an interesting costume choice with Peter Pan in this one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you noticed it, but there's a scene where they teach him how to fly and they shoot him from a catapult.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got some red suspenders on.
Mm-hmm.
The Mork and Mindy costume. It feels very Mork and Mindy. Mork and Mindy was the show that really shot Robin Williams to fame.
Okay.
It just feels like, because his hair's similar to it as well.
Okay.
And he's behaving like a little idiot.
Yeah, and they've drawn a happy face over his nipples.
Yeah. And which I imagine that Robin Williams would have insisted on. He seems the sort.
That's strange.
I always liked, as a kid, the scene with the food.
Oh, that's a great scene. The way that, it's a great build-up when you don't see any food whatsoever, but the kids are all reacting.
Can I pose a question to you?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think those children know how to mime eating food?
No.
Okay. So
They're overacting it, but I think that's the point.
There's one eating corn. I'm like, you are eating corn.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the one with the burger.
Yeah.
It's like, you are eating burger. Everyone else, I'm way off.
No, but again, I think that's kind of the point, because Peter's looking around thinking, what are these kids doing? I am so hungry.
But also, the kid mimes eating a burger, but then when all the food is there and prepared, there are 0 burgers.
He is eating something though, isn't he, that's like that? He looks like a sandwich of some description.
So I imagine he's got like a turkey leg, 2 like steak fillets on either side. Do you think that's what's... And he's pressing it down?
Maybe. But when they have the food fight, it's interesting that you don't see any turkey legs getting thrown at each other. Because that shit would hurt.
Absolutely
it's just
it would.
the pudding that they're throwing at each other.
I don't know how sharp turkey legs are.
But if you know young lads, they're going to throw anything at each other, irrespective of if it's dangerous or not.
But you've got to be fun and responsible if you're a Lost Boy.
But do you think they're fun and responsible? They kill pirates, for God's sake.
No.
Yes, they do.
They say they do, but we never see them do it.
No, but it's alluded that they do.
Yeah, but then naughty boys.
Very, very naughty boys. That's why they're there.
Yeah.
But we've forgotten about 2 characters that are kind of partly central to this, but we don't really care for at all.
The children.
Peter's children.
Who are called Jack
And Maggie.
Maggie. Yeah, okay, Jaggy.
Maggie's one of the most irritating children ever. Yeah, Maggie's irritating. She has this running line where she's constantly talking about her mum. Everything's about my mummy. My mummy does this. My mummy does that. Oh.
They do have favourites though, don't they, children?
Some children, maybe.
Yeah.
I never used to.
Okay.
Because I could go to my dad for some things and my mum for other things.
Yeah, but we're talking movies. Usually there's one that likes one and there's one that likes the other.
It's just the way that Maggie's constantly going on about her mum, and it's like, but your dad's here.
Yeah.
He's actively trying to save you and you hardly speak about him.
Captain Hook is essentially trying to gaslight these children into loving him, so that is his high ground against Peter Pan.
Which I think is a great idea.
It's a great idea, but it's quite dark for a kids' movie.
It is, but I think it's well thought out.
Yeah. It doesn't work on Maggie, because she's like, I love my parents.
She's singing that stupid fucking lullaby for him.
Which is very reminiscent of Where Are You Christmas? Or that one from Polar Express. That's the holy trinity of...
Sorry guys, when it comes to kids singing in films...
Doesn't work,
when it's just songs that just feel like they're slotted in, where Out With the Child doesn't really.
I reckon...
Doing any proper singing does my head in.
It feels like that child would be a producer's daughter, and they go, oh, put a song in for her.
Oh, she likes to sing Our Little Grace does, or something like that.
Yeah. I think the kid playing Jack, who has not acted since,
He has. He's done other little things.
Oh, he's done a few things, is he? Nothing big. Was he in Big?
Yes.
Okay, great. It's the kid from Big. Yeah, I think he's quite good.
I think he's quite believable after he started smacking those clocks.
Oh, yeah.
Because that scene, again, is Hook's putting this kind of narrative into Jack's brain. Mm-hmm. Neverland's automatically making him forget. And Hooks just completely breaks him down with these ideas of your dad's not there for you.
Yeah.
And his reaction's great.
Essentially, if you stop time, you always have time for your children, right?
Always.
Is that what Captain Hook's implying?
We should all stop time.
If we all stop time, then it's never... We're never going to move on.
Never going to get anything.
All of us are going to be stuck in a moment. Like that YouTube...
that
YouTube song, yeah. I like the baseball game. Mm-hmm. That gets a laugh out of me every time. He's stealing second! Shoots him. No! And you can play Jack's rules or whatever. I think it's so fun that these pirates just take time out of their day to just go, yeah, baseball.
Baseball, and they've all got their pirates matching gear on here for that.
Yeah. They're quite coordinated, these pirates.
They've all got popcorn and shit.
Yeah. And they're all singing the song and doing a little dance on the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone who, obviously you can't see us, but James was doing that.
I was doing the Jack, he's our guy.
Run home, Jack.
Yeah.
Run home, Jack. Again, me and James quote this film more than you all care.
More than we've watched it.
Me, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, weird. I like all that. I love all the final battle stuff.
Yeah, which bit's your favourite part of the final battle?
Oh, first of all, Bangarang. What does that mean?
Bangarang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh man.
It's when they actively go to a fight with mirrors.
Yeah.
You just have to assume that it's going to be a sunny day.
It's okay.
And that your enemy's going to be in the right place for you to catch them.
Can you imagine if it was overcast?
You'd be fucked.
Yeah, absolutely.
You caught some mirror with you break that shit, you're in trouble, mate.
You could shine it in the right... These pirates are like,
the light.
First of all, I like the scene where Pan gets his powers? His flight back.
Uh-huh.
And then Rufio's like, you can fly, you can fight, you can... I love all that shit. Mm-hmm. That gives me goosebumps.
Okay.
I mean, not when I just did it now, but when I watched it...
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to like to be James.
And then, yeah, I think Robin Williams sells it in that moment. And then...
Part of the final battle that I quite like is when the Lost Boys have got their really strange inventions, like the gumball machine and all the pirates are falling over it. It's Hook's face. It's like, what the fuck am I seeing?
Here at Biscuits and Blurays, we are big advocates of stunt work. We are big fans of them. Mm-hmm. And we've said it before, we'll say it again. Even if a stunt is falling over or falling down the stairs, that stunt can kill you and therefore is a dangerous stunt. Stunt work should be celebrated. And I think there's a lot going on here in this final battle. I don't know if you saw most of the stuff that was happening in the background.
I do. I've caught it, if not already.
Yeah. There's a big long shot where it's like going over the boat. And there's someone there's one pirate just stuck there, like fighting someone else. And then there's something else is happening and there's a pirate just fighting for his life. Stunts, you know?
Or in talking about stunts and stuntmen, Robin Williams is clearly fighting in that final fight.
Yeah.
Dustin Hoffman, probably not.
I think that they do a very good job at hiding it.
Yeah.
But it's noticeable because the stuntman does a turn and then is clearly facing the camera, knows he's facing the camera, and then puts his hook in front of his face.
Yeah.
Genius.
As long as you can see the wig and part of the moustache, etc.
Yeah.
If you hide in the eyes and most of the face, yeah.
I fully buy into that being Dustin Hoffman, though. I wouldn't... I'm sure he's that kind of guy to learn that choreography.
And what are your thoughts about the crocodile? Because
I don't get it.
The crocodile plays quite a big part in the Peter Pan story.
TikTok, crocodile o'clock.
No.
So, is that where this comes from? Is that where that song comes from?
I don't remember hearing it in the film, but that's what that TikTok is, isn't it?
But in the when you showed me the clip of...
We were laughing at it, weren't we?
It's playing that in the score.
Yeah.
So, is it not from Peter Pan?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Oh, well, if it is, yeah, let's say it is.
But in this universe, the crocodile's already been stopped. He has been put in the middle of the town square, and they've put a clock in his mouth. Uh-huh. Kind of like a bit of a trophy.
Yeah, but Hook loses the fight. Well, has a second sword. Mm-hmm. That wouldn't work That is a full-length sword.
It just materialises out of his
and
arm.
you've just been concealing that, have you? You could not bend that arm if you're concealing a sword. It's like when people carry... have you seen those people in like Italy who have got like an olive oil thing in their arm? Would you like some olive oil? And then they just let go of the finger and it just falls out.
You know, want to see this.
Those of you listening, I'm just sort of like just twitching my finger slightly and letting all the oil come out. But then the crocodile got that the hook goes into it, and then this sort of gas comes out of it.
It almost alludes to the fact that the crocodile's becoming alive.
Yes. I think the ghost of the crocodile is trapped inside the crocodile.
Maybe.
And therefore, once it comes out, the clock comes out, and then Hook trips over it, and then the crocodile looks down at Hook. Well,
because the clock's come out, its whole head's come down, hasn't it?
But I think it's looking at him.
And it's like, you were tasty, fucker.
Yeah, I remember you. You remember that hand I had? I want more.
Well, that's the whole idea, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, because essentially the crocodile is the same as the snail that's always chasing you. Do you know about this?
You're always being chased by a snail.
Have you heard about the thing? It's a thing where, what would you do if you were being chased by a snail? It never stops moving. It can travel through water.
A bit like It Follows.
It Follows, but it's a snail.
But you can stand on a snail.
No, you can't touch it. If it touches you, you die.
Okay.
What would you do?
I think I'd be alright.
But it's coming for you.
Yeah, but it could be anywhere, couldn't it?
But it's always...
Yeah,
it's
but
on
it's a snail, babe.
Yeah, but death snail.
Death snail.
Yeah. Crocodile's doing the same thing. But then it lands on him, and Hook fully disappears.
It fully disappears and it burps. It's like, is this alive? Did the essence... Peter Pan never really delves into ghosts so much that I remember.
No.
But hey, that's a new spin on it. I quite like it.
Do you like it? I don't like it. I would want to see that crocodile just maul this guy to death.
It adds to the fantasy element, I think, of it being Peter Pan, that the crocodile finally got what it wanted.
But then just went, okay, back to sleep then. Back to being a clock.
Back to being dead, yeah.
Yeah. And then we go back to London and stuff. There's that. I do like the stuff about the one lost boy who's back in London.
Oh, Toodles.
Toodles, that's it, thank you. Who's lost his... I've lost my mum.
Yeah.
No, I can't find my mum.
And he's been living off Lady Wendy's money for all this time.
Yeah, what does he do?
He's just looking for his fucking marbles all day.
Yeah, I've lost my marbles. And I think that's really sweet when he comes back and he's like, oh, found your marbles. Where were they the whole time? Were they like in the garden?
That little boy had him, didn't he?
That's right. Yeah. He left him here. And then he gets his marbles back and it's very Mary Poppins how he just sort of takes off. Mm-hmm. I like that. That's sweet. Again, Spielberg's good at this wholesome stuff. Mm-hmm. Quite like that. But I don't love the ending.
In what way? It ends the same way the book does, in that same way.
So the kid...
In the fact that Mrs. Darling's asleep, she thinks the children are back in their beds, and she's imagined it so many times, and the kids are like, oh no, we're actually here, it's beautiful, and they have that little family moment all together.
Yeah.
They reconnect again as a family. Wendy realises she needs to grow up. So they all have come to this idea of what they need to kind of do with their life. Like Neverland changes the children's perspectives, and it does the same thing to Peter.
So, but my question is any of this, is it all a dream?
No.
So it all happens. This is all a thing that is happening.
Well, we see it at the end because we see Toodles get the fairy dust all over him, and he flies off.
Yeah, that I can't explain. but they're going to forget, though, aren't they, eventually?
Eventually, yeah. I thought so.
So you'd write it down quickly?
Imagine Wendy doesn't ever forget.
Well, but Maggie Smith never forgets anything.
No, she doesn't.
That's just her. She bought that.
Maybe children, like little children, don't forget.
I imagine it's like dreams. Like once you're having them, and you're. I think they mentioned in the film it's in that space between dreams and reality.
Yeah, between dreaming and awake.
Yeah, REM. That's a band I like. And yeah, fun fact. I've not mentioned it, but I need to. When Peter Pan is being carried off to Neverland by Tinkerbell. There's a couple kissing on the bridge.
Yeah.
That get fairy dust on them.
Oh yeah.
That is George Lucas and Carrie Fisher.
Every time you've seen this, you've said that to me.
To me, that is my every time Aragorn kicks the helmet in Lord of the Rings. Oh, Viggo Mortensen broke his toe. That's mine. That's Carrie Fisher and George Lucas.
Anything Carrie Fisher does, you're just happy with, aren't you?
Correct. Thank you very much.
God bless her beautiful soul.
Oh, absolutely. Is this better than Space Jam?
Yes.
Do you think this deserved to flop when it came out?
No.
Would you have seen this and then Beauty and the Beast? Or Beauty and the Beast and then Hook?
I don't know, because I was very little when I saw this. I remember seeing it.
Hypothetically.
I think I would have been more drawn to the princess stuff.
So Beauty and the Beast?
Yeah.
Okay.
Beauty and the Beast was my go-to film as a child.
But we get to see Robin Williams kiss 4 different ladies.
Oh my.
Uh-huh.
I went through like a resurgence with Hook during the Pirates of the Caribbean phase because I had to wait ages for Dead Man's Chest to come out and I needed something to fix that pirate need within me. So I remember watching Hook loads.
Did you not touch Muppets Treasure Island, the best pirate movie ever made?
No.
Did you go Cutthroat Island, the worst pirate movie ever made?
No.
I think that's a problem, though. I think Cutthroat Island, if you don't know it, the Cutthroat Island is a Gina Davis movie about pirates, and it killed the genre dead in its tracks. Maybe it came out in 88 or 89.
Well, pirate films weren't really doing that well, were they? I mean, Pirates of the Caribbean completely changed everything. I mean, the fact that this was the highest grossing pirate film before those movies all came out, and this was considered a flop, says everything.
The way it goes, though, is the highest grossing pirate movies are the 5 Pirates the Caribbean movies, and then Hook.
Yeah, then this.
Yeah, and then probably, I don't know, Muppets Treasure Island.
I don't know.
It better be. Would be on my watch. But yeah, it's kind of weird that this held that record for that long. Stupid Jack Sparrow.
Oh no, I like Pirates of the Caribbean.
We love them. So you'd have gone Beauty and the Beast over this?
Probably, but I have a special place in my heart for this as well. I think there's room for both of them. Whether or not Hook will continue to do well with the younger generation going forward, I don't know. Whether people our age will show it to their kids because they grew up with it, or if it's something that maybe people are showing them the 2003 version. Or
I do think this is one that would get passed down.
If it comes on TV, like alongside Jumanji and stuff, it's got a very Christmassy TV time.
A timelessness to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Even though it's set in the 90s, you worked that out.
Yeah, I was working out the entire timeline for this.
The J.M. Barrie Hook timeline. Yeah.
I was like, how old must Wendy be? She must be in like 100.
Yeah.
For this story to work.
Oh, Peter, I've lost my marbles. That's a different character completely.
Excellent, well done.
I forget what was next. I think it's Fievel Goes West.
Oh, fucking hell, you're picking some shit, James.
I'm picking nothing but bangers, thank you very much.
You always pick.
Yeah, well, this has been pre-picked. But then we've got Fievel Goes West, Homeward Bound.
Fucking hell.
And Moulin Rouge.
Yay.
And then we're into the Shreks.
Yay!
So there's good stuff
I've got some shit to get through first. Everyone, James loves Fievel Goes West.
Let me tell you for a fact, Fievel Goes West is one of my all-time favourites.
Well, me and James, when we were was playing a bit of a game, weren't we, at Centre Parks, where we was trying to badly describe films to each other to see if we could guess, because we're sad and that's who we are. This was what Fievel Goes West. The plot to that was one of the first things you said to me.
It's the first thing that came up. I think how did I describe it? Like Mouse not happy with America, goes to saloon.
And I just went, Fievel Goes West.
That's Fievel Goes West, and you seemed very mad about it.
I was very mad.
Probably in this public domain, let's see. Anyway, yes, Hook, better than Space Jam?
Yes.
Yes, I agree. Childlike wonder. Whimsical.
You're doing it, James.
You're doing it. You're really doing it. Oh. Let us know what you think. I think most people would agree with us on this.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, apart from the people who don't like this movie.
If you don't, Bangarang.
Bangarang to you, sir. See you next week for Fievel Goes West.
Bye.
Bye.